Before we dive into how things started unraveling, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're into deep dives like this.
Written, and so I'm just thrilled every day that I get to do this. Oh my God, I mean, it's a dream for anybody who's ever loved musical theater. I just think anybody, boys, girls, they, them, they all want to play.
Hold on tight, because what we're about to reveal is bound to leave you utterly speechless. You're not going to believe what allegedly went down at the latest Evita performance. Yes, you heard that right, Evita. If you've been living under a rock, let me catch you up. Rachel Zegler, the young starlet who's been winning hearts across the globe, took the stage in a way that absolutely no one saw coming. Fans, theater lovers, even the critics, were left in utter shock as rumors started swirling about a performance that may have changed the course of theater history forever. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let me tell you something. This is all based on rumors and unconfirmed reports from insiders, so we've got to be careful. But what's clear is that Rachel Zegler allegedly shook things up in a way that was so bold, so unexpected, that even the most die-hard fans were left gasping. It all started during a highly anticipated showing of Evita, a musical that's seen its fair share of memorable performances, but none like this one. The sources, who are said to be close to the production, claim that Zegler, who has been absolutely killing it in her role as the iconic Eva Perón, did something utterly shocking on stage. Some say it was a bold move, others describe it as an emotional outburst, but one thing is for sure. This moment was not part of the script. What allegedly went down was this. During one of the show's most intense moments, when the pressure is at its peak, Rachel Zegler suddenly stepped out of her role. Forget about Eva Perón for a second. We're talking about Zegler, the person behind the character. And let me tell you, if these reports are true, what she did next was absolutely jaw-dropping. Multiple insiders claim that Zegler broke the fourth wall. She addressed the audience directly. Now, breaking the fourth wall isn't new in theater. We've seen actors do it before. But what makes this moment so different, so unforgettable, is that Zegler's alleged comments weren't part of the script. In fact, some reports suggest that what Zegler said may have had nothing to do with the play at all. According to whispers from the production, Zegler stood there, on stage, with the spotlight shining down on her, and suddenly, she let her emotions take control. She reportedly spoke with such raw intensity, with so much passion, that the audience was unsure whether it was an unscripted moment or a carefully orchestrated part of the performance. But according to insiders, it wasn't just an emotional outburst, it was more than that. Allegedly, Zegler went on what some described as a rant, though the word rant might be a little too harsh for what she said. But she certainly wasn't reading from the script at that moment, and her words seemed personal, almost too personal for a public performance. The insiders claim that Zegler started talking about the pressures of fame, the toll it's taken on her, and the overwhelming expectations that have come with her rise to stardom. According to some sources, her speech wasn't just a random musing. It was a direct and emotional plea about how the entertainment industry has affected her. A few even say she sounded as if she were questioning her place in this business. What was so surprising is that nobody really knew whether Zegler was still portraying Eva Perón, or whether it was Rachel Zegler herself who had momentarily taken over the stage. This unconfirmed speech left many in the audience stunned. Was this a performance choice or a breakdown? Did Zegler just snap, or was she trying to express something deeply personal? The tension was so palpable that it created a brief moment of silence before the audience, slowly, began to applaud. But the real questions began to rise. Was this a publicity stunt? Was Zegler trying to get people talking and create a buzz for Evita? Or was she genuinely having an emotional moment? Here's the thing. No one knows for sure. We have no official confirmation from the production company, no word from Rachel Zegler herself, and certainly no solid explanation of what went down that night. According to insiders, the production crew was just as stunned as the audience, and no one could decide whether this was a part of the show or a mistake. One insider even allegedly mentioned that Zegler looked shaken after the incident, as if she had stepped outside of herself for a brief moment. What makes all of this even more intriguing is the fact that Zegler hasn't commented publicly on what happened. Could this be intentional? Could she be leaving the mystery hanging just to keep people guessing? Or is it possible that she's been dealing with some personal issues that got in the way of her performance that night? Fans have certainly been speculating wildly on social media, with some arguing that Zegler may be suffering from the immense pressure that comes with stardom. Many claim that she's been thrust into the spotlight at an incredibly young age, and perhaps this emotional outpouring was just a reflection of the stress she's been under. It's worth noting that in recent interviews, Zegler has alluded to the struggles of balancing her personal life with her career. Could this be her way of channeling those frustrations into her work? Or could it be something more? Another theory that's been floated is that Rachel Zegler was making a statement about the constraints of the theater world itself. Perhaps, some insiders speculate, Zegler was trying to break free from the mold of what's expected in a traditional Broadway show. If we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, we see that Zegler has always been a trailblazer in her career. She's taken on roles that challenge traditional norms and expectations, so it wouldn't be out of character for her to challenge the very nature of theater itself. Was this moment of breaking the fourth wall her way of rebelling against the rigidity of stage productions? Was it a stunt to get people talking? Or was it a spontaneous act of artistic expression? But there's one thing we do know. The buzz around this incident is only growing. Social media is alive with theories, and people are obsessed with what really happened that night. Fans have created entire threads dedicated to analyzing Zegler's speech, trying to break down every word she said, every movement she made. The mystery surrounding the event has kept people glued to their screens, desperate for any scrap of new information. Could this be a calculated publicity stunt designed to keep Evita in the headlines? Or was it something far more emotional, a raw moment of vulnerability that caught everyone by surprise? One thing is for sure. Rachel Zegler has got everyone talking. In fact, the attention surrounding this performance is so intense that it's almost impossible for it not to become a talking point in the entertainment industry for weeks to come. Whether it was intentional or not, Zegler's on-stage moment has ignited a firestorm of speculation that's taking over social media, news outlets, and theater circles alike. As of now, we still don't know what really happened, but we'll be sure to keep you updated with any new details that emerge. In the meantime, let the speculation continue. Did Rachel Zegler break down on stage, or was this an act of sheer artistry? Whatever the truth may be, it's clear that this moment will be remembered for a long time to come. We'll keep digging, we'll keep listening, and we'll bring you the latest updates as soon as they come in. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss what happens next in this ongoing mystery. And remember, nothing is ever quite as it seems in the world of theater. Keep your eyes open because Rachel Zegler has everyone on the edge of their seats. It all began on a night that seemed like any other at the theater. The audience had gathered in anticipation, excited to see Rachel Zegler's highly anticipated performance as Eva Perón in Evita. This was a role Zegler had embraced with passion, with many praising her portrayal of the iconic figure. But what transpired that night left everyone stunned. The reports coming in from insiders and the audience allege that, right in the middle of one of the most powerful scenes in the play, something went terribly wrong, or perhaps terribly right, depending on who you ask. Zegler, known for her talent and dramatic flair, reportedly broke character in a way that was completely unexpected. According to several sources, she stepped away from the script, from the role of Eva Perón, and began addressing the audience directly. This wasn't just a casual moment of improvisation. This was something much more intense. Imagine sitting there, witnessing Zegler not as the iconic First Lady of Argentina but as Rachel Zegler, the young woman behind the performance. The insider accounts claim that she seemed to be speaking from the heart, not the script. It was as if she was sharing something deeply personal. An emotional outburst, possibly a rant, where she allegedly poured out her frustrations about the entertainment industry, fame, and the pressures of living up to expectations. The audience didn't know what to make of it. Was this part of the show, or was it Let's take a moment to discuss the reaction from the fans. They've been absolutely divided over this incident. Some fans are fully backing Rachel Zegler, viewing her speech as a brave act of vulnerability. After all, she's a young star who has had to endure immense pressure, and if this was her way of letting her audience into her personal world, then perhaps it was a powerful statement. On the other hand, there are those who feel uncomfortable with the idea of an actor stepping so far outside of their character, especially in a show as iconic as Evita. These fans argue that breaking character in such a dramatic way, especially when it wasn't planned, could distract from the overall production and cause confusion among the audience. They feel that actors should stay true to the script, to the character they're portraying, and that this kind of unscripted moment could risk overshadowing the performance itself. Fans of the show have been vocal about their opinions, taking to social media and forums to debate the legitimacy of what happened that night. The debate rages on, but one thing's for certain, Evita has never been discussed like this before. So, where does Rachel Zegler go from here? Could this shocking incident be a defining moment in her career? Many are wondering if this bold move, whether intentional or not, could be a turning point for the young actress. Zegler's career has skyrocketed since her debut in West Side Story, and she's been hailed as a rising star in Hollywood. But this recent incident at Evita has thrown her into the spotlight in a whole new way. Could this moment of controversy be exactly what she needed to solidify her place as a true artist, someone who's willing to take risks and challenge the status quo? Or could this moment become a blemish on her otherwise impressive career? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. Zegler is a name that will continue to dominate the headlines, whether for her acting talent or the unexpected drama that continues to unfold in her life.
Oh my God, I mean, it's a dream for anybody who's ever loved musical theater. I just think anybody, boys, girls, they, them, they all want to play.
Opening night video for Evita as Rachel Zegler makes her West End debut.
Written, and so I'm just thrilled every day that I get to do this.